I'm from Texas, and in Texas we're not allowed to open carry. Even if I had the ability to open carry, I'm not really sure that I would do it. There are certain factors that need to be taken into account when if you decide decide not to open carry, or basically decide to conceal carry. There are positive and negatives for open carry, and there are positive and negatives for concealed carry. Now, when we're talking about open carry, I like to break it up into three categories. You're either dealing with the tactical, the mental, or the superficial. Now, with the tactical, some of the pros that come with the tactical are basically the obvious things. For instance, you are in a position where you can get to your gun quicker because it's on the outside of your body. You don't have to deal with removing garments and things of that sort. So if you're in a position where you need to pull your firearm, of course you can get to it quicker, draw, pull, and you're ready to go. Have open carrying serves as a deterrent, so that anybody who decides that they want to come in and rob a place or do something evil, they see somebody with a gun and they decide to go somewhere else where the target would be a little bit easier. Now, that begs to differ, because you can argue that in the inverse and say that, well, if you open carry, you actually become the first target because now they know you have a gun. So now a con from an open carry standpoint tactically is you are the only person that they see with the gun if you're the only person open carrying. And then on top of that, you completely lose the element of surprise. Everyone knows you have a gun. Now that when you open carry, you don't have to contend with having to hide your firearm. So now you can utilize a bigger gun. So there isn't a need for getting super subcompact type firearms. Now you can have a bigger gun with more firepower versus having a concealed carry where you have to deal with a smaller gun with less firepower. Another tactical negative is the fact that your gun is easier to get to. And I don't mean for you, but for everyone else. So now you're in a position that if somebody were to come in there to do something wrong or something evil or something bad, they're in a position where they can get to your gun just as easily as you can because you're wearing it on the outside and they know exactly where it is. When you open carry and something does go down, you essentially automatically become the hero. You have a gun and everyone else doesn't have a gun, or they're still carrying that gun. So now everyone is automatically going to look to you to be the savior because they know you have a gun. And sometimes maybe you don't want to be the savior. Maybe you don't want to have to be the person that saves the day. Maybe you just have to gonna protect yourself and the people that you care about. But when you open carry and everyone knows that you have the gun, you automatically become the savior. You're the hero, whether you want to be or you don't. And because you're the hero, now all attention is on you. Now, when you open carry, there's also a mental component that comes into play whenever you decide to open carry. You have to contend with people's fears. You're going to walk into certain places, people are going to be scared. People are not going to want to be around you. People are going to have a problem with you carrying a firearm. Then you have to contend with the fact that you're going to have to deal with police officers who may stop you, who don't really know the law, and who just want to harass you for the simple fact that they don't agree with the law regarding open carrying. So now you have to understand and take that in from a mental standpoint, and that can be a mental stressor. The superficial component from open carrying is more or less positive. And what I mean by that is this. One of the good things about being a gun enthusiast is the fact that there are so many different guns that we can buy, so many different varieties of guns that we can utilize and purchase for whatever reason we decide we need them. And when you open carry, what that does is it gives us ability to, in essence, show off. Showing off has a very negative connotation to it, but then at the same time, who doesn't like to show off something that they're very proud of? And a lot of times what sucks about concealed carrying is the fact that we get these guns and we spend this money on these guns, and nobody sees them because I'm a gun enthusiast. I want to see, I want to talk about it, I want to know about it. So having a gun on your hip that from an open carry standpoint allows people to see your guns. So other gun enthusiasts can come up to you, ask you what type of gun do you have. They can admire your gun, give you compliments about your gun, tell your gun is crap, a whole host of other things. And I think what that does in turn is it makes buying the gun buying process even more exciting, because you know now, hey, I'm going to buy this gun and other people are going to see it. They're going to know, they're going to look at it, and they're going to be able to tell my taste in firearms, and then the gun becomes an extension of your personality, so to speak. So from an open carry standpoint, I wouldn't do it. I like to conceal carry. I like the fact that nobody knows I have a gun on me. I like the element of surprise. I'm not an operator. I'm a civilian. I am a regular guy who does day-to-day activities. It just so happens I carry a gun. But because I'm a civilian and I'm not a super operator, I'm going to be in a reactive position if I have to use my gun. So the only advantage I have is the element of surprise. As soon as I open carry, I lose that advantage. And I don't think the trade-offs that you get with open carry are worth losing the element of surprise. So with that being said, those are my thoughts on open carrying, and I really would like to know, what are your thoughts? I know this can kind of go both ways. I don't think open carrying is wrong. I just think it's not for me. And I know some people like to open carry. I know some people like to conceal carry. So go ahead in the comments and let me know what you think. Let me know, do you prefer to open carry or conceal carry? And if so, why? So with that being said, that's Mr. Corleone Noir, and I'm out.